Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get to this podcast off the ground, I had so many questions. How do I record an episode? Where do I find my background music? How do I get my show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places people like to listen? Where do I find the advertisers? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and 100% ridiculously easy to use. So, if you want to start a podcast, go to anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast.
Ho ho ho, guys, and hello ho everyone, and welcome to this special edition of DC Thursday, or as I like to call it, the Christmas Day episode. Yes, this is a Christmas Day episode. The review we're going to be doing is Wonder Woman 84. The film that was supposed to happen this year, but however, due to the COVID pandemic, we will of course say that none other than, of course, Bring It On. So, the premise of the story, however, is an interesting one. Is that a film takes place in the year 1984, where of course, Van Halen's album, the same name of the year, 1984, was released. But of course, have been released, and Never Ending Story. Oh yeah, where Never Ending Story became a hit. Based on a 1979 novel, which got developed and filmed, like, around 3 years later. And where the song Never Ending Story by Limahl is a hit, who was once a lead singer of Kaja Gugu and Beth Anderson. But this was an interesting one, where, of course, Barbara, played by Kristen Wiig, and Maxwell Lord, who is the Mandalorian. Well, last time we saw him, he had facial hair. I could have swore that happened. So, yeah. And of course, casting characters. Well, we've got Gal Gadot as Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman. And we got, of course, oh yeah, Chris Pine of Star Trek and Wonder Woman again, making a return to this sequel. And I gotta say, Pedro Pascal did despite of his controversy, like with the election, of course, did a good job performing as Maxwell Lord, from a transition from the lawless Mando with no name before his face and the name was revealed. And of course, Kristen Wiig did well in a serious performance, not being a humorous clown that everyone, and pretty debatable, like her performance in SNL. And of course, yes, I am aware of the Ghostbusters 2016. But, I never want to talk about that. But however, what I'll be of course talking about is the next one we're talking about is filming. But although the cinematography is the greatest of all, it's take it to the skies and take it to the lands. And of course, with some references, and of course, 1984. Yes, with the Cold War. I think that was the same year that Cold War ended, with the Soviets and the United States made an agreement. But, although carried the cross of Jesus. But, however, yeah, this is they would call. But, although, aside from that, we just, I would give this one an 8 out of 10. Well, one away from the original, because, But although, we never gonna let it go, But there is a surprise cameo, however. I'm gonna reveal that on a full review. If you haven't seen it today, and if you're planning to go see it tonight, do so. Stream it on HBO Max. You got 31 days. But if you want to see it at theaters, do not succeed to the next one, because this is a major spoiler reveal. Okay? So, to the full review. So yeah, the film begins back in Diana's younger days as an Amazonian. Of course, it's different from the first one, however, where Diana, of course, made the run. But we see young Diana making red training for the trials to win and see us gold. But although Diana was put through trials, like she climbed up, but right before she does, she got advice from her late aunt. The same aunt who was slain, played by Robin Wright. And of course, with her mother watching from up there. Well, though, yeah. But I'll get to that in a bit. Hold on. Oh yeah, Queen Hippolyta. Oh yeah, in Antiope. But although, of course, she was leading, but although she fell off from her horse, and of course decided to go take the lead again, but however, she was stopped by Antelope. She was not happy what Diana did, took the shortcut, so therefore, she's been disqualified for that. But although when Diana's feeling down and she was crying, the queen herself went to her daughter's side and comfort her. And tell her about the, after, getting lectured about the truth. But although, she did comfort her and said that you don't have to, that you don't have to be great or anything, but... And although, decades later after events of World War I and Wonder Woman, we get to 1984. Where, of course, there was a mall heist, however. And that mall heist, however, was no. And Diana's here to save the day. And the four have been busted. But although, right in that scene, however, where she said, "I don't like guns," that's very liberal of her to say. But then again, yeah, she does have that gauntlet, and yes, she did smash a gun with her hand. But although well, you know what she did? Break 3 security cameras to make sure no one knows who Diana is. And of course, she works as a senior anthropologist at the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C., specializing in the culture of ancient Materian civilians, or civilizations. Yet, she also, continues to fight crime as Wonder Woman to maintain the anomaly. And then she met, of course, Barbara Ann Mira, Barbara Ann, Barbara Ann. Well, I should have listened to the Beach Boys, but wait, the Beach Boys are from the 60s. Who is it? But back to the Never That reference, let's get back to business. Who is an insecure woman who idolizes and envies Diana for her beauty and confidence and tries to befriend her. But although after, well, the FBI asked Barbara to identify the stolen artifacts, including the Dreamstone. Where, of course, we meet Maxwell Lord, who visits the Smithsonian in search of a Dreamstone, which grants wish and upon with any user. And both Diana and Barbara, who of course are having dinner, were talking. But then of course, both of them are, Diana saved Barbara, and then Barbara made a wish. Then, of course, Diana and Barbara unknowingly used the stone to fulfill their desires. Diana wished for her deceased lover, Steve Trevor, to return, causing his soul to take over another man's body. Which of course is Galanite. She said she don't know who he is. But although I say he does, but it's revealed to be Steve Trevor. And although Barbara did wish to become strong and beautiful like Diana, but during the night, Maxwell manipulated Barbara to acquire the stone, in which he takes the embodiment of the stone, granted its powers to grant wishes. And while also able to take whatever he desires in return. So he became a powerful and influential figure, while leaving the chaos and destruction in his wake. Barbara, Diana, and Steve tried to investigate a Dreamstone further powers and discover it was created by Dalos, who of course later on is revealed to be the god of treachery and mischief. But yeah, of course, the only way to reverse an exchange to renounce their wish and destroying the stone itself, which already Maxwell passed the stone inside, and that's a part where I said, "Holy hell!" And of course, with Chris Wigga in the gym, it's like, "Nice tights." Like, I'm not gonna lie, she kind of got a sex appeal going on in her tights. When she was lifting the weight, And although Maxwell, of course, went to things around the world, like Egypt. Yeah, of course he know. Of course, I went to Egypt, and Diana was shot. Well, through the shoulder, thankfully, not because that would be bad, because then we won't have Wonder Woman 84 without Wonder Woman, because, you know. And then, here comes Steve Trevor, saving the day. And, of course, we're in. But then, of course, everyone has a crisis, and Maxwell, however, is not, like, too busy with the wishes. Of course, he did it. Of course, there's one thing that stands in his way, is his son, Alistair Lord, from his ex-wife, you know? And although he's trying to get away with it, but then they go to the White House to stop Maxwell, who of course had an instigation with the President of the United States, who of course I revealed it was not Ronald Reagan. However, because Ronald Reagan must have lost the election that year. And of course, looking for the president of the satellite system that can be transmit signals globally. And however, he revealed he wants, you know, it's like a Star Wars programming. Well, that's one advertisement of the Wednesday Wickets. Take a drink. Of course, he wants the wishes to the entire world. However, Maxwell was trying to get into Air Force One, and then Barbara joins in. With Maxwell preventing Diana from harming him, Steve convinced Diana to let go of him and renounce her wish. Right, but of course, after that, there's upcoming nuclear war with the Soviets and, of course, which is prior to the North Koreans finding a way to get their hands on nukes. But of course, she returned home and, of course, got the legendary armor Asteria. And of course, there's a broadcast station, Battle Barbara, who made another wish to become an apex predator, transforming her into a cheetah woman. But oh yeah, I do have the fight scene, however. Right now, a cat fight. Like that's it. Well, I wish that would be nice, but no. It was the one who got greedy of her wish, and of course the one who renounced her wish. It carried the armor of Asteria. And of course just bagged her. It just bagged her, however. To renounce her wish, she had no, but then decides to drown her. For a bit, well, not completely dead, just unconscious. It confronts Maxwell, who's used it less to communicate the world through him, convincing everyone to renounce their wish. Wait, Maxwell thought it was going to be for him, who had an abusive childhood, however. Hold on. Yeah, I'm sorry, sis. Of course, he convinces it did a company nuclear work, but until he heard the voice of his son, Alistair, who was wandering the street as chaos ensues from the fulfillment of everyone's desire, and then everyone, including himself, renounced their wish. And then, of course, he returns home to be reunited with his son. And of course, months later, what could be a perfect time to do the ending, however? Diana meets a man whose body was inhabited while she's continuing to protect the world, and it's just in time for Christmas. And then she took it to the sky. And then Siren made a quick jump, and then I like the ending. I like the credits style, however. And this is all I have to say. Is then as a mid-credit scene, well, there's no post-credit scene, Asteria is revealed to be alive and living among humanity's secret. Just like Diana. And of course, the role of Asteria is none other than Wonder Woman herself, the OG Wonder Woman, Linda Carter. I gotta say, I am really surprised by that. Alright guys, it's time to end this review. Okay guys, that's gonna be about it for this review of a movie. I really enjoyed WW84. Just, if you get a chance, stream it. But if you want to save your money, of course, and go to the movies, that's fine too. But although, still not a fanatic over the idea of streaming and it in theater simultaneously. But, however, it's just how it is. Alright guys, that's going to do about it. I'll see you guys next time. And of course, I hope we're going to have a better year next in the new year. Like once this pandemic settles down. And of course, it gets some vaccines. And have a safely Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from everyone here at Mega 46 Studios.